Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys are here today to talk about Ready to Love. And I know, well, I'm not early because it happened, last night? But I didn't watch it until late last night. And when I was watching it, I wanted to jump up and do a video right then because I was so irritated by a lot of stuff on this one. So we're about to get to it. If you have not subscribed yet, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider becoming part of the Beautiful People family. We would love to have you and subscribe. Everyone else, please like and comment. Let's talk about it because, oh my God, they needed to let go of two people, and that would have been a switch for them to just automatically or suddenly be like, you know what, we're going to flip it. We're going to let go of two people. And I know y'all know the two that I'm talking about. Let's talk about it. All right, so we pick up where we left off, and he throws a curveball. He being nephew Tommy, the fact that none of the three guys who were put at the bottom, which was Justice, LJ, and I think is it Zoe? I think it's Zoe. They are not. They're not gonna go home. We're gonna give you another chance to make it better or whatever. So great. So the next day they end up meeting with nephew Tommy, and he tells every one of them the issue that they've been having or the issue that the women are having with them. LJ, they just think you're a sweet island guy and you need to come with a little more depth. Justice, everything is wrong with Justice, you guys. Everything. And he goes into this whole thing with nephew Tommy about, no, I never called any of them. Because nephew Tommy's like, you got their numbers? No. You never called any of them? No. Well, how are they supposed to know that you're interested if Justice wants women to chase him? He's one of those guys, and it'll never happen. Or at least it shouldn't ever happen. Ladies, don't fall for this shit. The whole, you could call me, you could, no, that is just not the natural way. I am a young lady. You court me, or no, thank you. And he is a big red flag. Like, his whole face is just a red flag. And he's not even, I'm trying, y'all know I'm trying to be nice on these reviews now. We're Ready to Love, but he's not even interesting enough to care that much about to just be like, oh, let me even try for him. No, I'm gonna pass on him. No. So he's telling Tommy about his process, and that's not a part of my process. And I'm like, dumbass, if your process isn't working, that's why you're here, obviously. So something's off. Either you're gonna do this process or you can beat it. And that's pretty much what nephew Tommy told him. You are here doing a different process, and you need to let go and let it happen. I don't think he's still going to do it, even though he said okay. I just feel like he is a lost cause and shouldn't even be on the show. Like, who vets these people? I'm sure that came up during the interview process and everything. And you know, if he got his own process, it's not going to work out. And he just should have never been allowed on the show. But we all know that Ready to Love, I think, is kind of first come, first serve. Like, they just take anybody, honestly. And then Zoe, they want Zoe to be a little more open. He said he is guarded, whatever. All right, so now we have a group of them going, I was going to say bumper cars, not bumper cars, is go-kart riding, but remember that because we're going to get to that. We have the loser man, which would be the three that's on the bottom, and the girl Kaden, I think that's her name, and she's the roundaway girl that's way too roundaway for me. I wouldn't be able to deal with her, so I don't know how she's still here. I absolutely see why she's still single. Um, she would probably be cool to be friends with, but only hang out with like ever so often because her mouth is just too reckless and her attitude is just too, I don't know, I don't like it. But the girl Charisse, handsome Squidward, and the girl with the broke wrist or the hurt wrist or whatever. So they all go bumper car, not bumper car, go-kart riding, and Zoe just comes in real aggressive, like immediately aggressive. And I think what he's trying to do is be more open and talk more and be more lively, but that's not what they said. They didn't say be more lively. They said, you know, show up a little bit more in terms of your feelings and put yourself out there. And he's coming with a different angle. And I mean, just the whole, it's okay, you know, to play around with people and be like, oh, we're going to beat you. We're going to beat you. We're going to win. He was just like on level 10, and it was too much. And so by aggressive, I mean they all put on their helmets and everything and they're getting ready to go. And he's like, yeah, I think the lady should take pole position. That way when I beat your ass, and as he's saying it, he's like hitting the broke wrist girl on her helmet, and she's like, that hurts because yeah, you have heavy hands, and this contraption already hurts. I don't care what nobody say. Helmets hurt. I have worn helmets and they hurt. Um, and Charisse is actually looking at him. Handsome Squidward is looking at him like he lost his mind already. Like I said, coming through the door doing way too much. Before I forget, you guys, I would love to point out the fact that these guys with these no shirts on under these, but it is the reason why they are on the bottom. Like, why are you doing that? It's not cute at all. Is it the whole Miami Vice thing? I don't know. It's not cute, and that is why you guys are the losers. So anyway, they're doing the go-kart riding, and Zoe again being super aggressive, talking mad shit, and bumping people. They're not bumper cars. These things actually really do hurt. Like they fling you, they do a little. They're not bumper cars. They're not meant for you to be bumped. And Zoe bumps the girl with the wrist, and she says, I can't go on," because apparently her wrist hit something and she was hurt. And she's like, Zoe did it on purpose. Like, it wasn't an accident for sure. And he did. And the one thing I didn't like is that she didn't even say nothing to him unless they cut it out. Like when they were done, she was just all jokey smurf with him. And no, sir, fuck is wrong with you? All right, so as they're standing around having snacks after the race or whatever, and again, Zoe is just super loud with the, I didn't have any competition, black NASCAR, y'all ain't do nothing. This is like, LJ is in the confessional, like, listen, it's okay to be competitive, but when you're dealing with women, you got to dial it back a little bit. Like, you should only go so far. Like, he's doing too much again. And they're having some juice or whatever, and the girl with the broke wrist says, "Here's to a good race." And Zoe is like, "I can't toast to that because you took an L on that one. You took an." And my thing is, did you see her have to get off early? That because you bumped her and you hurt her, and this is what you have to say and you're not apologizing? Or did she not ever mention to him, I had to wait for y'all and stop early because you bumped the shit out of me and hurt my wrist? Like, something is off there. But anyway, as he's saying that, Charisse, a handsome Squidward, tells the girl with the wrist, barbecue him. And apparently he heard her. And my whole thing is, I don't get it. Y'all, am I slow? I don't understand what barbecue him mean. Is that like roast him, get him? But like, I don't know. And then I want to say that she was playing, but she never had a smile on her face. So I'm just like, I don't know what's happening here. I was confused by the whole thing. Fuck does barbecue mean? I've never heard somebody say, "Oh, I'm about to barbecue you," or barbecue. Like, what is she talking about? But I'm just going to assume that means get him because he didn't, seem to be confused. He said he overheard her and he was very surprised that she would say something like that, but he got her number. Okay, great. And of course, the girl with the wrist did not barbecue him. She didn't say a word, if that's what that means. All right, y'all. So we have a recipe for disaster. We have round the way girl, broke wrist, and Justice going to talk or whatever, and he's looking her up and down when she says she want to talk to him. Round the way girl, he's looking her up and down with a stank face, like but he goes because I guess he like broke wrist. So they sit down and he's like, y'all tried to get rid of me when I left. And broke wrist said, why would I try to get rid of you? He's like, okay, thank you. And round the way girl is just like, shit, I called you and you ain't never called me back. I just think you're difficult, period. Like, bottom line. And he's like, oh, first of all, I called you first. And she's like, yeah, I called you back 2 days later. Girl, bye. 2 days later, no thank you. Like, whatever I was about to talk about, I no longer have an interest in talking to you. 2 days later, fuck out of here. What is wrong with these people? This is why they are all single. This is why. So he's like, yeah, I probably didn't say your number from the first time that we communicated. So like, they just don't like each other. The way they're going back and forth, they don't like each other. So what's the point of this? So handsome Squidward and Zoe go play pool. And as they're playing pool, she's like, yeah, so you're on the bottom. What's your plan? She's not being really foul about it, but she's trying to figure out what's his game plan. She said because she's been on the bottom, so she knows how it is. So what's your plan? Which I don't know if she really should have asked him or approached him. Like, let him do whatever he's going to do. Then she asked him, well, what's up with you and I? Because in the confessional, she said that they had not a connection, but she said that they had good conversation going. And you guys, I don't remember the past these shows. I don't remember. Did they have good conversation? Was he one of her connections? I don't know. But apparently, I guess she thought he was. So she's like, where we going? What's up with us? Another thing that I would never in life ask somebody. But again, I'm not on the show, so it's fine. So she's like, "What's up with us?" He's like, "I don't know. You tell me." She's like, "Well, I thought you would have reached out after the white party." And he's like, "Well, I didn't think you took me, was taking me seriously or whatever. So I just didn't, reach out." And she's like, "I'm not playing games or anything. Here's what I'm gonna say about their conversation and the fact that they get into it. Y'all know how I feel about handsome Squidward. I feel like she is just a problem. Like, I don't like her face. I don't like and by her face, I mean the face that she be making, just the resting bitch face of it all, which we can all have, but she just got it to like a 10th degree, and not to mention she has a terrible attitude. So for me to sit here and I'm about to defend her, it hurts a little bit. But I am going to defend her because I feel like in this instance, she did nothing wrong. Like, she didn't. She was not coming to him aggressively. Like, we know she can be aggressive. We know she could be a little off-putting. Her words, manner, like everything about her can sometimes be a little off-putting. And she wasn't. She was just coming to him like, what are we going to do? Are we talking? How's this working out? And he got fully aggressive just because she said the barbecue thing, I guess. I don't know. But my whole thing is, you know, talk. Your bitch ass got a problem with her saying that thing. You should have said that. You should have been like, what you mean by barbecue him? And she could have been like, oh, I was joking even though I never smiled. Something like that. All right, so back with Justice and Round the Way Girl, it's just more of the same. It's just more of the, well, I DM'd you, and he's like, yeah, at 12 something at night. And I said, sir, and you said, what's up? No, I didn't say what's up. I said, how you doing? I mean, just like she said, which is true, Round the Way Girl was right. He's difficult for no reason. Like, he just is very combative for absolutely no reason. You can't tell him that he's not right about everything. You can't tell him he's not the finest thing walking, which, hello, hand raised. Can I say something? Because, sir, no, sir. Like, he's not unattractive, but he's not all of any of what he's portraying himself to be at all. Like, you definitely don't have it like that. But, yeah, so they're going back and forth about what they were talking about. Why did you call him at 12 something? I mean, that is just like, girl, why are you reaching out to somebody that you've technically never talked to? Because you said y'all never spoke really at like 12:45 at night or in the morning or whatever you want to call it. I mean, but she said it was a DM. It wasn't like a text or anything. It's a DM. So she felt like that was fine, even though no, it just makes you look woke, possibly tipsy and thirsty. I don't know. I'm just adding to it, but it could be any of those things. So yeah, they're just not going to get along. They don't like each other. All right, so then we go back to the pool table with Charisse and Zoe, and she's going into how, she's not there to play games. She just is trying to figure out what's going on because he doesn't seem interested. So she's just trying to figure it out. And I'm like, that is your first mistake. Girl, if he doesn't seem interested, he's not interested. And why are you trying to figure it out if you already get the feeling he's not interested? I don't know if these people be doing all this stuff because they want to remain on the show, but I'm hoping and praying this is not stuff that they would do in their everyday lives. Like, ladies, if you are getting the feeling that somebody is not interested in you, take that feeling and run with it and fuck off. Like, honestly, why are you still trying to get he don't have to say it. You know what you feel. Women's intuition is very real. If he's not about you, he's not about you. If he is about you, you will know. So all of this, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not trying to figure out nothing with nobody. So, yeah. Again, I'm really hoping all of this is just for show. All right, so we're gonna wrap up this scene, you guys. We have Justice and Round the Way Girl over there still arguing. She ended up saying, "I'm done with it." He's like, "You done with me?" She said, "I didn't say I'm done with you. I'm done with it." He said, "Okay, then give me a hug." No, I don't want to hug you. See what is wrong? He plays so many games. And why would I want you touching me? We don't get along. We don't like each other. What is this all about? So he tells her, I'll get up. I'll come to you. She's like, don't get up. I don't want to hug you. And you guys, the scariest thing he says in the, God damn it, every time. I swear to God, every time. Okay, so he ends up saying in the confessional that she likes him. When a girl is mean to you, that means they like you and they actually really do want you. And that sort of thing is scary thinking, honestly, because that comes off as, and I'm not alleging anything, I'm not saying, I'm just saying what it sounds like and what it comes off as. It comes off as somebody that could be like, no means yes. And that's not cool at all. And he was dead ass serious. Like, what are you, 12? Or not even 12? What are you, 8, 9? Thinking that the girl giving you love tap, hitting you is like love taps or whatever? No, you a grown man. If somebody is not feeling you and they don't like you and y'all don't mesh, y'all can't even get along, that means y'all don't mesh. You guys cannot get along. That does not mean, no, I like you. If she's a grown woman, she's not going to play those games. And to me, again, that whole coming off like mean means I like you, no means yes, pretty scary. Okay, and again, I want to reiterate, scary way of thinking. I'm not saying he's scary, he's done anything, he will do anything. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to be around him. I wouldn't want to deal with somebody like him. That's that. All right, so wrapping up Zoe and Charisse, they're back at the pool table. Still, she's still telling him that she got another connection, so she's just trying to see about their connection. He's like, okay, great. If you got another connection, that's great, because we are not connected, basically. He calls her fake as fuck. She's outraged. Oh my God. They're going back and forth really loud. And again, I feel like she wasn't saying anything wrong other than the whole do you like me thing. She wasn't like really going off on him. She's like, you need to look at yourself and look at your behavior and how you acting. And he's like screaming, there's nothing wrong with how I'm acting. You're a grown ass man screaming at me holding a pool stick or whatever. And she's in the confessional saying he's a ticking time bomb, which he is, because they keep trying to calm him down. LJ tries to talk to him. Nah, I'm straight. I ain't got nothing to talk about. And what was the other girl, the round the way girl, tries to talk to him. He ain't got nothing to say. LJ ends up, telling Charisse to feel better. She starts crying because it was too much. It was just all a lot. And Zoe was just out of gas. Justice out of gas. Like both of them at that point in time, go home, both of you. And I mean, really. And LJ, I don't know. He's not attractive. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. He's nice. He's nice. He's attentive to the women. I feel like he has a good heart. I don't know why all these women are like all over him like that, though. I don't. But he seems genuine in terms of caring. So we'll give him that. But yeah, the other two definitely can go. All right, so then we have the cute girl with the backstory, the one that likes. I don't know who she likes anymore. No, I think she likes LJ, right? No, not LJ. I don't know who she likes, but she's the one that has the whole backstory, and I was one to be very nosy because I really want to know it. She's the one who got mad or upset in the last episode because Round the Way Girl was telling her business. And she was remember she was in the ladies lounge telling what happened to her, and I guess they cut it out because I was like, what happened to her? Like, she is just very emotional. Again, hope it's not like domestic violence or whatever, even though I'm kind of thinking it probably was the way she's reacting. I will say this, you guys, I watch Simone, two of the people who used to be on Radio Love, Simone and Rashid. Is it Rashid? Rashad? I don't know. I always get it wrong. I think it's Rashid or whatever. Um, I watched their reviews of the show or whatever, and Simone is not feeling this girl. Like, she's feeling like she's putting 20 on 10 and being, a little emotional and too much. And it's funny to me because Simone was very emotional on her season. Do y'all remember her crying because the girls were confronting her about, like, I just remember being like, I didn't dislike Simone on the show. I was just like, she is team too much. Like all that she was given was, oh my God, I just really want to be these girls' friends, and I really want, and I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. So, girl, for you to be calling somebody emotional over something that is serious to them, don't be doing that. But I feel like, I guess it's justified if that's her feeling. So anyway, she goes, she sits down with nephew Tommy and tells that people are telling what's happening in the women's sit down or whatever. And he's like, yeah, what happens there in the ladies' lounge is not supposed to get out. It's all between us. I am going to have to say something. I give you the night off. And then, of course, she starts crying and everything. And one thing I did like about nephew Tommy, he didn't console her in a way of trying to hug her or touch her in any way. That is definitely how I would like my husband. Listen, you can empathize and all that stuff or whatever, hand her a tissue and everything. You don't need to be touching on people. And so he didn't. I appreciated that. But he gave her the night off. She didn't have to come to the next ladies' lounge because he was going to bring it up. So I'm just going to jump ahead to the ladies' lounge when he brings it up, and the girl, Hayden, Kaden, whatever her name is, she's rolling her eyes and everything because she knows it's about her. Yeah, Big Mouth, it's about you. And I actually wish he would have told her, yeah, this is about you. Girl, what goes on in here is not supposed to be taken out of here. You so round the way, you talk too goddamn much. But he didn't say it like that. So that was that for her situation. And again, I want to know what happened. All right, so we have the guy named Mike and the girl that he is connected with from day one, the short girl. They go on a picnic with the girl named Looney and the guy that looks like Zoe. That's not Zoe. I can't remember his name. And actually, I like him. I can't remember his name though. The light, bald guy that I guess he has a little bit of, who is he like for real? I can't remember who these people have real connections with, but they're all going on a picnic, which I know I'm sounding a little difficult, but I cannot be sitting in the grass. No, too many bugs. Can't do it. Even on a blanket or whatever. So, But they sit down, and Mike and the short girl, they are over there acting like they just alone and doing a whole lot. He's feeding her grapes, and it's just a lot. The other two go play frisbee. Yeah, this was a bunch of nothing, you guys. But let's just move on from it. Had to talk about it, but let's move on from it. All right, y'all, let's wrap it up because I just don't want to watch this whole thing all over again. So I'm going to go off memory. In the ladies' lounge, when Tommy says something about the whole thing with the girl named Shakira, that was her name. Excuse me, then. Round the way girl in her confessional says, listen, pretty much she don't give a shit. Like, listen, we're not here for therapy, so it is what it is. And that's really shitty of her. Another reason I am justified in not liking her. So then we have the main two that's on the chopping block, Justice, of course, and Zoe. Zoe ends up standing up the the short girl who has chemistry with Mike or whatever. So I'm figuring he automatically knew what was coming because why are you calling me? We know you don't like nobody but Mike. So why are we going on a date? So Zoe knew, and he's a punk ass, so he didn't want to actually be discarded. So he didn't show up. Y'all ready to love be getting it all wrong with the men. I swear to God they do. They be getting it all wrong. I would love to know their vetting process and how they pick these people, and like all wrong. But I guess, people will show you who they want you to see until you get the real them. That's in every situation. So if you are still here, you are the real MVP. I appreciate you. Please like on your way out and comment if you have something to say. Let me know if y'all ever heard of the whole barbecue thing. Let me know what's happening. Ladies, have you ever been like, hey, what are we gonna do? Are you one of those ladies? Are you? None of my friends better not be none of those ladies. So none of these ladies on here, none of you ladies in the beautiful people family better not be running around asking men what are we. Don't do it. Men also, if the woman is not acting interested, she's not interested, hon. And I want y'all to be too cool for school to be showing up asking people, what are we? What are we? What are we doing? What are we doing? You act like you don't really like me, but I just kind of want to know. What? All right. So, again, if you are still here, you're the real MVP. I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.